Hey everyone, so I am currently outside at Starbucks. I'm going to show y'all. This is the outdoor patio. I come here a lot to do my homework. I normally sit inside, but it's a little loud inside with all the coffee making and, people talking and whatnot. So I just thought I'd step outside. I got a little cake pop. See? Ding! Anyways, I love coming here. Starbucks stays in business, thanks to me. Anyway, so I'm going to get into the questions. I have them right here so I don't forget them. So the first question is, what were your original goals for this class? So my original goals for this class was to change my perspective of writing. I've always had this negative feeling towards writing because I necessarily am not the best at it. And so, of course, I had this negative feeling coming in because I was like, when I think of writing, I think of essay writing. And obviously, script writing is not the same. But I've always had that negative connotation towards it. And so my goal was to change my mindset towards that. And which leads me into the next question. Did you meet those goals? Why or why not? And yes, I did meet that goal. I have to say, writing to me is not bad. Like, script writing is not bad. I don't know how I feel still about essays, but script writing is not bad. Another goal I had was to get my ideas onto paper, and though I still do struggle with that from time to time because in my head it sounds and looks differently, and then on paper it may not read as well, but that is still something I am working towards, but for the most part, for this class and the scripts I've written, I've done pretty well at that, except for maybe my last script, the vampire script. That was, in my head, it sounded way better than what it was. But yeah, I'm still working towards that, but for the most part, I've done pretty well in this class with it. What did you learn about yourself as a writer this month, and what did you learn about yourself as an artist and storyteller? So what I learned about myself as a writer is that I don't need to be as hard on myself because, again, like I had like this negative connotation towards writing. In reality, like, we're all learning and we're all getting better. So like I thought I was going to be like really bad at it, and turned out I'm okay. I'm not like great. I'm not going to like win all these awards for it, but like compared to what I thought I was going to be in the beginning of the class, I've actually done pretty well. And what did you learn about yourself as an artist and storyteller? So I learned about myself as an artist and storyteller. I'm very good at vocally. I don't know if that's a word. I'm very good at vocalizing stories, like acting them out. Here I am using my hands. I'm very good at telling stories by word of mouth, and so I was a little nervous about being able to tell stories through a script, and I've learned that I've done pretty well with that, because I can now sit here and be like, okay, Karis drives to Starbucks, Karis goes into Starbucks, Karis orders a cake pop. So like I can break down movements and actions within a story, which I normally would do when I tell a story, and put it on paper. So I'm at Starbucks, so obviously I could say Karis went to Starbucks, stuff like that. What do you need to continue to work on? I definitely think I need to continue to work on creating structure for my story. In my last script, the vampire one, Red Wine, my structure wasn't the best, but it's something I think that could use some work, and I feel like if I have a good structure, then everything else will fall into place. I also think I could work on character building. I know I've struggled with that a few times because my characters have been real surface level, and I think I need to get more deep in how they click and what their life is like. Whether or not you want to be a writer, how might you apply the class content to your life, either professionally or personally? I definitely think that with writing, it like helps you prepare. Like, you have to plan it out, and so I think that like that can help with any aspect within my life, whether it's personally planning out my week, or whether it's planning out a production. Like, I think writing, you have to have a structure to follow. Like I was saying earlier, you have to have a structure. So, and that goes with anything else. So yeah. If you could go back to the beginning of month and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be? My advice would be, like, don't be so hard on writing. Like, don't have this negative connotation. So I'd definitely, like, punch myself and be like, hey, don't be so negative about writing. And that's the advice I would give me. I would honestly, I'd say, like, have fun with it. And I definitely think that I have had fun in this class. It's been really interesting with coming up with just ideas in general. So I've enjoyed that. If you could go back to rewrite your filmmaking concepts and practices project, what changes would you make based on the information you learned this month? Looking at course materials, not necessarily personalities. So what I would change is, I definitely think our script could have been a little more detailed, a little more structuralized. Characters could have been more developed. I'm saying that because that's something that I need to work on. So, like, I'm looking back and thinking, oh, that could be worked on too. Those are definitely things that I think that could be changed for good, obviously. And yeah, I think that is something that could be changed. But I've enjoyed this class so much, and now I'm gonna eat my cake pop. Oh my word. Okay. Thank you for listening to me.